Hello and welcome to this 5th tutorial video on how to make a coat with hood for your ragdoll. Okay, we're going to attach the hood. Here it is. It's been top stitched and elasticated. We've got the coat which has its pockets on and its sleeves in, but it's not been sewn up at the sides. I have the yoke, which I had to show you as an image because I lost the original files that we recorded when it was the files were corrupted, unfortunately. Right, now let's lay the coat out flat. I've got the back of the coat nearest to me. I've got the hood here, which is right side out, and I'm going to lay it on top, and I'm just going to freeze that there. So the back of the coat is nearest to me and the pockets and the front are furthest away. The top of the hood is nearest to me and the open section is furthest away, and I'm laying that open section against the curve of the neck. So have a look at that, make sure yours looks the same. Then I'm going to bring in the yoke and I'm going to place it right sides in, so all the right sides are together, wrong sides out, over the top there. And this section has a notch, and I'm going to lay that against the notches on the hood lining and the hood back and the coat. So I've got 4 layers there. I've got the yoke, I've got the hood lining, I've got the hood, and then the coat. It's a bit tough to get your pins through. It's going to be a bit tough to get your sewing machine through. You might want to do this by hand. This seam here is going to line up with the seams on the hood, which are going to line up with the seams on the coat. And we're going to put a pin through there. And then the same on the other side, the seam on that curve of the yoke against the seams on our hood. Make sure they're all straight. And those against the seam on the coat, and pin all 4 together. There we go. And then we're going to go around here. We have a notch just here marked, which lines up with the edge of the hood, and that lines up with the notch marked on the coat. So pin through there. As we're pinning on this edge, you very observant people will have noticed that there aren't any loops in this front edge here, which you will have had in yours by now. That's another side effect of the gremlins, I'm afraid. We'll put that last pin in there, and we're going to go across to this side and find those notches to line up the edge of the hood. Notch there with a notch on the coat. Don't you just love those gremlins? How boring life would be without them. Let's see if you can spot any more deliberate mistakes. I shall make them appear by magic, those loops, for our next section. Right, so there's the last couple of pins for our neck of our coat with our hood in place. There we go. And you're going to sew right the way through all 4 layers, all the way around there. And that'll be your hood in place. Our hood is stitched securely in place now. We've still got the yoke over the top here. I've pinned the rest of the yoke down on this straight edge, just right sides together, pin there, and I've actually tacked these loops, which have magically reappeared, back into position in between the 2 layers of the coat and the yoke. And now I've sewn all the way up here we've got our layer around there, and we've sewn all the way down here. And what we're going to do now is turn the yoke around, so we turn it right sides out now. You can iron this if it helps. Turn that right sides out there, and that'll pop your loops to the edge, just like that. And I'm going to pin it flat. The reason I'm going to do that is because we're going to top stitch all the way around, and that'll help to keep the yoke flat on the inside, and it'll give us a nice little decorative top stitch line all around the front and up the back of the coat. But it stops that yoke curling, which can look messy. So pin it all the way down, and on this side too. So fold it flat, pin the yoke to the wrong side, so it's right sides out now. A couple more pins there. And also we're going to do the same on the yoke. We're folding it to the wrong side, like that, all the way around, and we're just going to pin it to the coat, not to the hood, just to the coat. So that's just the wrong sides of the yoke and the coat together, so that your hood is loose. It's very important. And around here too. Now we do this with the seams of the sleeves not sewn, just so it's flatter and easier for us to sew all the way around. Otherwise it's a bit fiddly to get through the machine. There we go. And we're going to top stitch up here. I do about 1 centimetre all the way around, and then down again, making sure not to go over the edge of the pocket. And that's done. That concludes our tutorial video. I hope it's been helpful. If it has, please subscribe. We'd love your feedback and a like. There are more videos coming soon.